Hello and welcome to Marriott MBA Today. I'm your host, Jacob Hicks. Today we have a feature story about Qualtrics. Qualtrics started here in Provo in the basement of a BYU professor's home. It now numbers nearly 300 employees. Financial analysts estimate it's worth more than $500 million. Clint, you and I, we had a chance to visit the Qualtrics campus and be hosted by Scott Smith, that former BYU professor. Gave us a great tour.
Yeah, that tour was fantastic. He was a very gracious host, allowing us to kind of go through the whole facilities. I really enjoyed it.
And I'm excited, and I believe my MBA classmates are excited too, to learn more about the company. I understand you've prepared a story about our visit, and I'm anxious.
Absolutely, yeah. We're just kind of talking about Qualtrics and kind of the humble beginnings. Qualtrics is now a major player in the market research field and is rivaling some companies like Google up to this point. So Scott gave us an in-depth tour of Qualtrics and explained how it has grown from obscurity to a powerhouse in such a short time.
We own a lot of heart.
Scott Smith blends in with the crowd in the halls and offices at Qualtrics in North Provo. Not the typical business tycoon in a suit, tie, and Italian-made shoes. But inside his casual attire resides a brilliant marketing research expert who took an idea and built it into one of the fastest growing and best managed companies in the state. The idea sprouted from his frustration in gathering research data.
But the idea of taking a research project that would span a 3-month period of time and compressing the data collection portion of it, where you build your survey and collect the data to a period of days, if not hours, all of a sudden you've saved a lot of time, you've saved effort, you've reduced your cost structure, and that is something that really empowers researchers. It changes the game as far as they're concerned, and you know, the light clicks on and you say, hey, this is really, really good. You know, I think we can do something here.
Smith taught marketing and marketing research at Brigham Young University for 32 years. In 1997, he developed an online survey software program called Research Suite that made it easier for businesses to connect with their customers.
Of course, our flagship product is the Research Suite, which allows people to create surveys, to collect their data, distribute it, and look at your analysis and your reports on the back end.
Whereas the typical Silicon Valley story starts in a garage, Smith's story begins in a basement. A great idea with a small start.
It's an endeavor where you work all night long. You have 1 or 2 PCs that have been turned into servers. You have a DSL line. You have no money, and somehow you make it work. You use chewing gum and Band-Aids to make things so that they go forward. You fix the servers, you build the servers, you do everything.
The company continued to grow, doubling in sales every year for the past 5 years, with more rapid growth on the horizon.
We are growing at a triple-digit rate. Last year we had half as many employees as we do this year. Our sales were half what we had this year. The database requirements were less than half than they are this year. And you have to literally reinvent your company on an ongoing basis to make it scale, to make it work.
He says his son Ryan, a natural salesman, played a key role in this growth by convincing marketing professors at top universities to use Qualtrics products.
He's the face of corporate Qualtrics. Forbes magazine last week tapped him as the #2 most promising CEO in America under the age of 35. He is phenomenal in team building and in the sales area.
A professor from the Kellogg School of Management loved the product and spread the word to dozens of schools that began using Qualtrics software in their classrooms. And as these students graduated and went to work, they wanted to use Qualtrics products. Today, more than half of the Fortune 500 companies use Qualtrics software. Smith's other son, Jared, became an expert in software and management and worked as a senior manager at Google before he joined the family team. His skills allowed Qualtrics to create a Silicon Valley kind of growth in Provo.
Jared, on the other extreme, is scary smart. He's in charge of engineering and the culture at Qualtrics.
The atmosphere at Qualtrics is more like a fun house than a computer lab, with open spaces, cartoon-inspired meeting rooms, and all the food and games the employees want. During the workday, employees can take a break and play Rockstar on this stage. use exercise equipment, and even play with the company pet.
How are you?
Rather than a distraction, the employees say it makes them want to come to work.
The motto here is play hard, work hard, so it's a good thing to know that you're working hard, but then if you have a minute, you can kind of go relax and regroup and come back and start back on the work.
But the Smiths found that fun on the job actually increases productivity.
You get stressed out, go shoot a few hoops. It's okay. We want to have an environment that is actually more fun to be in than at home. You come here on Friday night, it's date night. People are bringing dates and their family. They're playing shuffleboard, they're playing pool, they're shooting basketball hoops. It's a fun place to be. And we work hard, but we also play hard, and that's what it's all about.
From the outside, it might look like an overnight success story from rags to riches. But Smith says that many people don't realize that he spent countless hours developing the principles that make Qualtrics great.
If you take a look at Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, he has a 10,000 hour rule there. You need 10,000 hours of time to gain expertise. Well, 10,000 hours is trivial, I think, compared to what I have.
Smith thinks his company will continue to grow because businesses need what he offers and need a way to understand their customers and provide them with what they want.
We see the potential as basically unlimited. We think that we're going to be a multi-billion-dollar company in a few years. We're expanding into just phenomenal predictive analytics and big data. We've got new products that are on the horizon. We are just absolutely excited about the future.
As he looks back, he says he sees things that helped him get to where he is today and has advice for those looking to make their way in the business world.
But I think, first of all, you follow your passion. Passion is important. You can't buy that. It has to be there. And if there's something that's inside of you that you want to pursue, well, then go for it. Secondly, you're going to fail. I think we come out of business school, you say, no, I'm not going to fail. Well, you will fail. You will fail multiple times. As I look back on our experience in the research industry, we have failed, we have failed, we have failed, we have failed, but we've picked ourselves up, we've learned from it, and we've become better. And that's the key.
For MBA Today, I'm Clint Martinson.
Currently, Qualtrics is in an 80,000 square foot building with 275 employees. Smith says Qualtrics' goals for this year are to increase to 120,000 square feet and over 500 employees.
What a place, what growth. Great story, Clint. Thank you.
It's incredible how much they've increased and just put themselves out there in the marketing research area and just dominated it.
We felt that buzz as we toured the facility, that energy. It was obvious, and you could feel it in Scott's voice talking about reinventing and recreating a company as it grows that quickly. How do you manage all that change?
It's fantastic.
One of the things I felt like I took away as an MBA student was the demand to really be an expert in something or do something exceptionally well where you can create a competitive advantage. And it's obvious with Scott's background, he was able to leverage that, and with his sons, they've built this company. Makes me want to make sure I'm really trying to become an expert and sharp in something in case I ever wanted to start a venture. That seemed to be a great foundation for Scott.
Yeah, that was really his focus, to kind of be an expert in the field, and then that leads to that success.
Lots of lessons learned as we continue through the MBA program. For Clint Martinson and for Jacob Hicks, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Marriott MBA Today.